Alright, so for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the 1 to 50th scale Kyowa Komatsu Pc400LC in 1 to 50th scale. So starting off with, this is a very nicely detailed model. Um, it's it's a nice change from some of the other Komatsu models. The detail on it is, like I said, phenomenal. So starting off the review, we'll zoom in on the cab here. You do have a front and top cab guard. The top cab guard does come off. Just got two little nubs that pop into the top of the cab. It's just a push fit connection. The front one unfortunately doesn't come off, but I kind of like the look of it with the cab guard on there. You do have a nice, I believe to be a metal handrail with a mirror. And then you do have a fairly detailed cab. You can't really see much of the cab in the video because the cab guard and everything is in the way, but the interior is very well detailed. You do have, I believe this is a handrail to get into the cab. And then coming to the side, you do have some nice graphics. As you can see right there, it says Pc400LC. You got a little warning decal, or it tells you how to open the latch to get access parts of the engine. I'm not really sure what the decal is. And as you can also see right here, you do have some simulated decals on your undercarriage. It tells you where your lifting points are. It's a fairly detailed undercarriage. Your idler and sprocket work. Your rollers do not. They are just part of the casting, which is fine by me. So coming to the rear of the model, as you can see, you do have a Komatsu decal right there, warning decal right there, some reflectors. You do have two lifting eyes that are in black. Might be a little hard to see. They are drilled through, which is nice, so it can simulate the, as if you were to take the counterweight off the machine. You do have a nice rear view working light. Small exhaust on the engine cover. And on this side of the machine, you do have a plastic handrail, but you do have nicely modeled mirrors and everything. Another Komatsu decal right there. Another Pc400 decal right there. And then you do have some etched in the casting venting for the engine. And then we'll come to the top of the machine. As you can see, it's pretty detailed. You have some simulated anti-slip texture. I believe they are decals with some texture to them. They aren't in the casting, so that's kind of what makes me believe that they are just some decals with some texture to them. You do have an engine compartment. And the cool thing about this is that the engine compartment does open, and it does reveal a nicely detailed engine in there, which is pretty unusual for a Komatsu model. And I know, at least I know the first gear ones don't have opening engine compartments. I'm not sure about the Universal Hobby ones. I've never owned Universal Hobby's Komatsu model. And then you can see right here you have a bunch of hose details for your swing motor and everything. And then you do have a line that runs to, I'm not sure if it's a fuel tank or a hydraulic tank, but it is modeled, which is very cool, if you ask me. And then you have some simulated bolting, some bolt detailing that's in the casting as well. And a lot of people have asked why there is no Komatsu decal on the side of the boom. From what I've been told, it's just how they do it over in the Asian market. They only put the decal on one side. I'm not really sure why. But as you can see right here, you do have some armored hosing on both sides of the stick. And that you have one that runs to your cylinder and one that runs to your auxiliary, which is fairly nice. And then the detail for the hydraulic lines is pretty sweet. It's very intricate. It's a harder, I believe it's a hard plastic. You do have to be kind of careful right here, not to break them. But they are very nicely detailed and very nicely modeled. And as you can see right here, you have some harder plastic lines that are black that run into connectors and connect to your boom cylinder there, or the cylinder that moves the stick in and out. So getting to some of the functionality of the model itself, you do have a nice range of functionality on here. That is how far your stick will go out. And it will come in that far as well. Your bucket will go out that far. And your bucket is also removable. There are some tiny little screws right here that you can take the bucket off with, if you so please to put a different attachment on. And then the bucket comes in that far, which is pretty sweet. And then getting back to the bucket, as you can see, you have some nice wear plating detail. Your teeth are nice on the bucket as well. And then your boom, be kind of careful when you move the boom up and down. That's about as high up as the boom will go. You can see right there, it's about as high up as the boom will go. And then your dig depth is fairly nice as well. We'll go down to about there, which is almost touching the counterweight, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. But overall, I could recommend this model to anyone. Right now, as the time of this video being filmed and uploaded, they are fairly cheap on eBay. If you're looking to pick yourself up a 400 or 450, it's the same exact model, just the only thing that's different is the decals. One says Pc400 and the other says Pc450. But like I said, the price is all over the board. You can find it for as cheap as $120 shipped, all the way to like $290 some odd shipped. So it just depends on if you could find a good deal or not. Like I did, I picked both of them up for the price of one of the 450s, which is pretty sweet. But that's just about it for this review. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And if you would like to follow me on any of my social media, Facebook or Instagram, I'll have the links in the description. And stay tuned for the next review to be uploaded.